Hey, you guys, good morning. How are you doing? I hope everyone is well today. Let's see where we go. I got to move this. A lot of you are responding to me yesterday asking for your birth charts. If you are a twin flame, you believe that you know who your twin flame is, and you have all the information for both birth charts, including time of birth, I'd like to see them. I'm going to do a little research project. I need about 100 charts, well, 100 responses, so 200 charts, I guess. And I will be, it'll take me a little while to assemble all of this data, but I believe it will help us all. So, Soulful Revolution TV at Gmail. Send me your charts, not just the information, okay? And you got to have all the info. Otherwise, it's not really helpful, okay? So don't jam us up with charts that don't have birth times, okay? Sorry about that, but that's, I need to make it, okay. Next week, we are doing spiritual blueprint tracking. So if you want to know what you're doing here, I have put together a neat little way of figuring it out. You know, I've always been into the North Node class. We have that North Node class, but the spiritual blueprint class is different. It's more. All right. So that's going to be happening next week. It's live, so you can answer and ask and answer your questions. All right, so let's see what's coming through this morning. I'm going to be putting up the March readings, individual zodiac readings, hopefully today, but for sure by the end of the weekend. So let's see where we go here. Let's see where we go. We got a snowstorm barreling down on us here in Maine, so I don't know if I'll lose power or what will happen. So, you know, just making that caveat. All right, let's see what's going on here. What wants to come through this morning for all y'all? Is all y'all the plural of y'all? I think it is. I think it is. Fulfill your destiny as a cosmic changemaker. Your lighthouse guides you home to the stars, not just you, other people. Shining your light is really one of the reasons you're here and one of the reasons you found this channel. You are perfectly imperfect. Some of you are not stepping out and shining your light because you think it's all got to be perfect. All right? You think it's all got to be figured out and the end result needs to be apparent to you. No, you just need to start shining that light to fulfill your destiny here and get yourself started on that path. I do believe that all of you who find this channel have a purpose. Well, we all do, but the people who find this channel, I believe, are healers and teachers and guides and mystics and shamans. And that's how you find your way here. So I'm here to help you open up or just hold space for you to open up. All right, so let's see where we go today. What is going on? Oh, one more. Lots of shuffling today. Lots of shuffling today. Any zodiac signs that do show up, I'll explore them in the extended. 8 of Wands. Queen of Pentacles. 8 of Swords. Hermit. Look at that. All right, that's exactly what I was saying. That some of you have a mindset that is holding you back. You might be doing some good work in terms of nurturing yourself, but now it's time to step into the role of helping others. Ace of Pentacles. 10 of Swords. Look at that. Judgment. You're almost at the end of that, though. That 10 of Swords is like, look, there's a new beginning here. It's time to let go of any kind of negative beliefs you might have. Or like, who wants to hear me? Why would anybody want to hear me talk about what I know I'm here to talk about? Hierophant, Chariot, and the Star. Massively healing. Virgo, Aquarius, Cancer, Taurus. Okay? Sometimes I see this spread. I had some good emails recently. A few of you have decided to work with this spread, but I got to say to you that the more I have worked with those of you who take my tarot class, the more I realize that this is a more kind of an advanced spread. So if you're trying to use this as your morning, your daily reading, it might be a little bit complicated and it might freak you out and it might stop you for reading for yourself. So I don't want that to happen. This spread to me morphs and changes based on my own intuitive. I basically made this one up for myself. So sometimes I can see it as past, present, future. Sometimes I see it as me and you and us. Sometimes I see it as you and me and us. So I just want you to understand that this spread is probably not a good one for a daily read for yourself. One thing I have learned on this channel is in many ways it is easier, less complicated to see the answers, to see the stories as it connects to other people's situations than it would be for me to see it for myself. I'm including me in this whole thing, even though I have done this work and I've been at this work for over 25 years now. That does seem the situation. And you know why? Because it's tied to feelings. When I'm reading, I'm really trying to key in on messages and not judging it, right? Don't judge what comes through. Don't be like, oh God, I don't want that to happen, right? When that kind of experience happens when you're reading, that's when you know you're tying it to your desire or your wants or dislikes or something like that. I'm trying to just pop in and connect to energy. And if you find this spread to be confusing, I would recommend that you stop doing it until you get to that place where you're disconnected from having a dog in the fight, right? Like if you feel like, okay, I want this spread to tell me this, not just the answer to a question, but this particular answer, then it's not really serving you, okay? And I find this particular spread can kind of confuse people, so just a little PSA announcement there. I do feel like a lot of you have done a good job of taking care of yourself, of grounding yourself. We are in this Pisces energy now. The stellium that I talked about yesterday, of it being kind of, dreamy and all about intuition. Some of you can fall into fear. You need to ground yourself. And I feel like some of you are doing a really good job of that and stepping into your higher intuition, which is what I'm talking about. So some of you may be ready to use this kind of spread because it is something that is showing you, hey, I'm validating a sort of a storyline, or I'm seeing a progression here, or I'm getting information that is like sort of falling together, fitting together. That's the kind of moment I want you to have when you're doing a reading. Some of you are really stepping into it. I've got the Hermit here and the Hierophant. This is a 5D teacher and this is a 3D teacher. This is a 9D teacher. This is a 3D teacher. This is a 12D teacher. This is a 3D teacher, okay? And this Hermit energy, if we're moving away from so much energy in Capricorn, I know that Mars and Venus move into Aquarius early in March, and so we are moving into more of the air energy here. Earth, water, and air showing up in this reading. I will look at that in the extended. Virgo and Aquarius and Cancer and Taurus. Now, I do feel like there is this beautiful new beginning coming in because you guys are grounding yourself. It doesn't stop you from doing this dreaming or thinking about allowing ideas to come in. I feel like a lot of ideas are coming in. I do feel like the Ten of Swords, I kind of like this here because this makes me feel like, okay, we're coming to the end of the fear mindset. We're coming to the end of, that's Ten of Swords. It's like, it's complete, right? Completion. Nines are the end of something. 10 is really 1 and 0 in numerology. And so 1 and 0 is 1. So it's a new beginning. It's like, okay, it's like one past completion. So it's time to cycle back around to the beginning as this Hermit and Judgment. Judgment is about a crossroads. Judgment is about the beginning of something that's starting to awaken in you. It is something that kind of rises up, okay? So things can rise up in you. Things can open up in you now. Your intuition is opening up so you can fulfill your destiny as a cosmic change maker. Your lighthouse guides you home to the stars. I've told the lighthouse story many times. I don't think I'll retell it here because I do feel like what's happening here is inspiration anchored in being grounded. Okay. I love watching Carolyn Myss, Myss. She has written a lot of books on, and is a scholar on religion, comparative religion. She is an expert at Carl Jung's whole idea about our archetype, okay? And what kind of archetype are we putting out into the world? It's easier to see someone else's archetype than it is to see your own. It just is. I mean, you look at someone and you're like, they're a warrior, or they're a teacher, they're a femme fatale, they're a guide, a mystic. They're, like all of these archetypal structures that we've created and we have seen in stories over the course of our lives, especially if you studied literature like I did. You see the archetypes, you see these identities that people have that stand out. And I feel like that's what's being created here. Some of you are leaving behind an identity of something that you have already created in your life. Okay? I am getting something around like my job and my my marital status. Like these are the identities we have in the past been aligning ourselves with. I feel like now you're moving into align yourself with different kinds of identities. Okay? Healer, teacher, guide, mystic, shaman, those kinds of identities, and shedding the old identities, right? The star is naked. She's like completely shed her ego. Okay. She's looking, this is Pandora opening the box. What comes out? Good, bad, and different, all of it. Everything comes out. Everything comes out. So that can also be happening in the world where we've opened a Pandora's box. We really have now stepped into this archetypal struggle, good versus evil. We've stepped into this new energy of teacher and healer and guide. This is a healer energy. The chariot energy is like, okay, time to move forward. It's time to move forward with that new identity to fulfill your destiny as a cosmic change maker. Let me read this to you. This is a 15 card. 15 is the devil energy. 6 is the lover's energy, right? The inverse. It is something that gets corrupted and then has a rebirth as something brand new. So let's see here. Fulfill your destiny as a cosmic change maker. As a cosmic change maker, you can create an impact through empowering those already making an impact, to help the helpers, support the supporters, to catalyze the catalysts. Call now to your allies of joyful abundance, your magical inner child, archetype, your spirit totems, archetypes, your guardians and guides, archetypes, to awaken you to your full power and knowledge of how this can occur. Perhaps your greatest leverage may be in helping support and augment what global visionaries are already doing in the world. Imagine the ripples of impact that occur this way. Your journal prompt is, who do I know who is already making a significant impact, and how may I be of greatest service to them? That's an interesting question to ask yourself. It is time to shine your light, and I do feel, since we are all connected, the Aquarian energy is pretty loud in this reading, because we are in this age of Aquarius. We realize that everyone is connected. We have been talking about this on this channel for 5 years now, that the reason the butterfly is the logo here is because I believe, the whole story of when a butterfly bats its wings and makes a little ripple in the water or makes a ripple in the air, it has exponential effect. It keeps going, okay? And what do they say about the ripple in the water creates a tidal wave on the other side of the world? I believe that, okay? And that's why the butterfly is the logo of this channel, because I feel like even a small action by you, by me, by other people, can create massive change. And each one of us, sometimes people feel very overwhelmed and feel like, what can I do? They see the world in, such a state, and they feel like, well, there's nothing for me to do. I'm just one person. But I'm here to tell you that the very basic kinds of expressions of kindness, of what can I do, being open to the universe telling you what you can do, instead of closing down and feeling like, I can't have any impact. Give that a try. Just give that a try. Also, prayer has impact. Everything that you can do to generate higher vibration in this world matters. Even, like I said, I've said many times, the smiles at the grocery store. Many times, I know now, when we're wearing masks, it's kind of hard to see, but I've learned to smile with my eyes, and I'm amazingly making some connections with people, which I was like, oh, this is a new skill. Good. Okay? Whatever it is you can do, because now we are at a place where our butterflies need to realize that they have impact. You need to realize how important you are. Okay? You need to realize how important you are and not feel powerless. To feel powerless is to give up. And that's just not where we're going. Okay? All of us spiritual folks, all of us people who have been talking about this opening up to spirituality, opening up to our spiritual blueprint. What am I here to do? Well, here you go. How are you going to make an impact today? That's something to think about, isn't it? All right, so there is a new beginning happening here. There is massive opening. This Judgment card, new things opening up, y'all stepping into your healing, teaching, higher vibration selves. Hermit, Hierophant, Chariot, Star, Judgment. Virgo, Aquarius, Cancer, and Taurus. Taurus here makes me feel like it's the North Node talking. So I will do a little exploration of the North Node talking and find out what is going on with the North Node energy right now. We'll talk about that in the extended. If you're part of our Pathfinders group, the rest of the reading will continue. If you're not, there's a link below if you want to access the rest of this information. I'll see you over there.